to be the world champions.
Speaking of which, let's look at today's team list. We've got Group A up against Group C with Group A, PE Sports, Buriram, AG, IDS, Triple Attack All Around, Triple A, and Vamos for the rest of the Group A.
Absolutely. Group C has got EVOS Divine, Onic Olympus, WAG. You've got a few more in there as well, but we'll continue with the highlights onto Group A here. The two standout teams obviously has to be AG Global and Buriram United. Both of these teams are topping the charts at the moment for this particular group, but we also have to look at some of those who are in Group C who would like to give
% of the pro player survey of how exactly do you die? It's like I got thirded, you know, wrong place, right time, and now we look at Attack All Around up against EVOS Divine.
EVOS Divine on the approach, but Attack All Around, they do have the advantage here. They've already opened the assault bunker. They've got the better weapons. It's all about the time as Poon got backs away. Very few glue walls on the players for the side of Attack All Around. So I don't know what the loot's like here for the Indonesians. But for the time being, they're not getting too aggressive just yet. Tatsuya Burst Jump God does manage to back away from that engagement. Double glue wall erected as well. And they're not just going to fall just yet as Bara backs away everybody inside the assault bunker. And now they've just switched positions.
They're pushing back out, trying to get on the outside, holding on the inside. It's a good adaptation coming in from EVOS. It buys them the precious bit of time that they have to restock themselves and then push them back out.
Triple glue wall melters. Abex will find the first spray. Pokey drops as well. Jump God with the recovery, but EVOS Divine says way too easy for us. They mow down Attack All Around. And I believe there's still one more survivor out there. Attack All Around will be able to hop on right back into this.
Good happen to walk out like Koyong right now, getting shot, forcing to use glue walls to get back into the structure.
Great stuff. As Jun ever so slowly catches up with the rest of the Begatron players, and both teams playing outside the zone. It's the first circle, not going to hurt all that too much, but you can't take advantage of the situation as well. It's easy. Good use of that Tatsuya bursts away. He's got one more charge left in his pocket, but a sliver of health gets away from that engagement. And now the rest of the players all together, but is this going to be a little disadvantageous for them? A couple of grenades can wreck them. Katizi dropped by Ekal and his Drogon. The headshot absolutely wrecking the guy. But an instant revival coming through. So Vamos has got that insurance policy. Even if they fall at the hands of Bigatron, the team does not get eliminated just yet.
Oh, they're still holding out real strong here, and now Jun,
wow,
gonna get knocked out. Like, this is quite the turnaround from BTR. Obviously, there were certain moments that could have been done a little bit better, but hey, you know, they recovered very nicely after one of their members got third early on and bought just enough time for the rest of BTR.
They had to, you know, face in a certain situation, and they were the ones being ambushed by Vamos. The way they set up the defense and then played that Kakshan Kibase is dead meat. There's just no way he gets away from all of these twisted players, unless he gets a little bit of backup from up top on that high ground.
I think he is, right? You don't see Twisted Minds shoving as hard. We do see a TP from Twisted Minds at the very least, just to try and get some high ground on him, trying to encapsulate the initial pick, but they couldn't. Wait, hold on, let's jump back. PE Sports, what?
Yeah, Trip Mine took out one player from the side of PE Sports, and of course we saw the grenade launcher as well. PE in a lot of trouble. LBT dropped, Narrow off, and it will be the LMG that gets the sprays. Car on fire. Narrow can't get away too far, but the pocket market still can bring one player back in. They can buy that insurance. Don't Cry wiped out as well. What can Narrow do? Abex straight up in his face with the portal. Go Drogon in hand. Backstab. Narrow still surviving with a solid glue wall. But the shot from the back, heavy interferes, and PE Sports bites the dust too early.
Leg it at this point, if not rotate from the southern side.
Oh my goodness, this one is going to be a huge advantage to EVOS Divine. If Heavy goes in for a direct pursuit, they cannot do so. They have to take the play of Twisted Minds that we saw earlier for a long rotation into the circle just to avoid these engagements. Last thing you want to do is be gate kept, and I love how they... Oh, timing here. EVOS Divine up to the second floor, looking for some angles to stop Twisted Minds on the approach. But we're going to have to put a pause on that as WAG finds Indostars outside. X-Ball backstab by Raz. Drogon gets him down. Indostars, they do have the advantage, but Buriram, he takes out Raz. This is a disadvantage now for the Indonesians. Lee with a sliver of health left, trying to drop the players of WAG, but a double glue wall holds Allen and Quillen. Now a 2v1, 18 Dia, the clutch god for Indostars. Stars barely surviving while Sleem tries to get away.
Oh, they're trying to even out the score. It's not looking good. It's a 2v2, but at this point, forced to take it back and now have to deal with Twisted Minds.
They took the portal go out, they took the portal go back in, and now they are backstabbing the players of Twisted Minds who are trying to get into the circle while stanking the blue. Indostar's playing with fire right now. They are about to get burned. Artemis, great shot with the grenade launcher.
Wow.
Does manage to get a knock and follows it up. Nameless down on the ground. A double for Artemis. He gets sprayed down, and at the same time, Twisted Minds Diamonds puts the nail in the coffin. What a shot. Almost bleeding out, but he gets saved in the nick of time. V-Dan now needs to hold the ground for the rest of the team members, but double grenades flying towards him, taking down half his life. AWM in hand, no M82B to get those penetration through the glue wall. Finally shut down. Hans and Artemis can't do much. They back away in a 2v4 fight. Hans holds the back lines. Artemis trying to move forward, and he gets tagged up by Onic Olympus at the same time.
It's not looking good, but oh my goodness, the decisions being made by EVOS is incredible. GA, he's going to go down first, but now, at the very least, they've completely wiped the position of Heavy's presence. They just need to get the revive, pull him back up from and down his knees, back on his feet, and we could look at the opposite side as Buriram initially were trying to third, but AG now stopping them from getting in the ring.
A sliver of health left. Can he survive? Yes, that Cassie helps him out. Stop though, just steps into a pit of Buriram players, and he gets smashed instantaneously, and an easy rotation for Buriram around. But now they're going to walk into two teams at the same time as AG meets Onic Olympus. A devastating showdown as the Indonesians crush their hopes of getting to that final circle.
Well, they're positioning themselves towards the southwestern side of the map to maybe see this upcoming fight, because Onic full sending it onto EVOS will attack all around on the left flank, just looking for stragglers, 3 points.
Attack all around, one of their best games thus far, finding the final circle. This team has been struggling for quite a while, but I guess today is their recovery. Onic Olympus, barely any eliminations on their side, but this is that chaos I was talking about, right? Way too many teams surviving up to this point, and we just had team elimination after elimination. Yet again, another one taken out. Onic Olympus sandwiched between Buriram and attack all around. The two Thai teams just doing a number on Onic Olympus. Nothing that the Indonesians can do about this. They crawl around, get high down on the ground though. Kibase trying to pull 1 point at least back, but Buriram says hell no. And now in a 3v4, unless Get High gets picked right back up, and as I say that, back on his feet he goes.
Great support system that they have. They need to close out this game, but it's all up to attack all around, who technically has the high ground, but even Buriram trying to fight back for it.
Absolutely. In a 4v4, all players all geared for the shot. Poongod with the Bison, but Chaos, Kronos, Time Turner pulled out in the nick of time just to hold him still in this matchup. Osana bleeding out on the ground. A couple of grenades can do them good in a 2v1. Captain Jonah, what can you do? Great stuff! He gets the first knock, but the backup from Limit is there as attack all around from nowhere to booyah up at the top.
They finally split Buriram in half, denied line of sight from the reinforcements, and finally took out the captain before he could even make the play. Nicely done by attack all around the team before they got eliminated and they lost their position in that final circle. That's why the attack all around at this point was able to kind of walk on into the ring with minimal casualties, but at the very least
a little bit of a fix that the Vietnamese squad is in, especially after performing really, really well the past few tournaments.
And we want to see whether that consistency is going to continue here, as we see Twisted Minds already getting into some conflict with EVOS Divine. They've already found one pick. The question is whether or not they can do it without any casualties, and it looks like they've successfully done so, and even put EVOS Divine in a very awkward spot.
Yeah, we can say goodbye to EVOS Divine already by this time. 3 players out of the equation. One more still there, and Ray brings the revival in the nick of time. Vamos versus Heavy, on the other hand, does not look good for the Malaysians. Ramiel being hunted down. Katizi down on the ground, bleeding out alongside Jun. Kabi finds him with the MP40. The sprays are there, and the backup takes Vamos out of the equation. Heavy sustains Heavy. Oh, I can't believe what I'm watching here. Apex just managed to turn things around. Exposi up top. Apex still surviving. Trogon in hand. The cavalry is here. G'day showed up, but G'day went down. He had a double right before he got taken down, though. So great approach, great backup. In the meantime, Apex still surviving, trying to do a number on Twisted Minds, and Exposi pays the high price. I have no idea what Twisted Minds were thinking about, but that was just a crazy ambush that they tried.
Yeah, a wild engagement, actually. I'm trying to figure out, maybe there's something we didn't see, or maybe something we didn't notice, but let's look all over the Indostars, and as well as Heavy playing on the outside of this compound, on the outskirts, while the rest of IDS losing ground on the roof because of these nades, hopefully finding an angle before Heavy makes it back in.
Twisted Minds eliminated. Both of these logos look so similar, all in red. But the time turner! Kyung just using it to his advantage, but Ikal down on the ground. Who can help him up off screen? Raz meets his end, but PE Sports Don't Cry steals that point off of them. And Ikal, though, hanging on for his dear life, will perish in the hands of AG Global. Stop. Just circling around, waiting behind those glue walls for that opening.
Heavy is on their way. Heavy is on their way. They want to be part of this. They want to get some free points on this high ground.
One player still hanging back as the Insurance 3 on the push. Grenade sent on in first. Can they claim 1 point? Answers no. Outside the zone, so AG is taking a lot of unnecessary damage here. And no advantage taken by Kabi and gang with those grenades, allowing AG to have a full recovery. Glue wall melter goes wide. So Heavy just appeared and did nothing.
Yeah, they didn't get too many elimination points from that, and they didn't like press the advantage. Now WAG losing 2 members already, a third next to fall. Can Zimmer actually make it out of here? Might launch himself into a better position, but let's cut back to Onic, because this northwestern side is getting very, very hectic as we see the next ring pull further down south.
And Heavy's really lucky because the circle just keeps looking for them, so they don't really need to travel out too much. They just needed to reposition, and they weren't punished by AG Global moments ago. So we're going to catch up with the Vietnamese squad in a little bit, as they have already found a decent defensive spot to work around with. From that high ground, they've hopped on back towards this house, and now they get to gatekeep teams like Buriram, which could be a good or a bad thing. The disadvantage for Buriram here is they are on open ground. The advantage is there's a great elevation to work off of, so they can hide away from Heavy first.
Yeah, this is some great decision making, but now Evos Divine, they really need to win this right now before they get wiped. It's going to be Attack All Around who clears them off, and they are making it further and further. Maybe this could be the consistency as Onic deciding to get in the mix here. Play zone is getting brutal as Onic is going to be able to hit that buy station in time, and Attack All Around can't punish it. They're going to have to launch themselves in because the blue is really starting to hurt.
Yeah, absolutely. Focus not going to get picked up. No vending machines right in front of us as well. So Attack All Around has been hurt. But, I mean, revenge is sweet, baby. It was Indostars that tried to take them out in the previous game. And now they have shut them down, ending the hope for Indostars in this game already. But Attack All Around now up against the players of Onic Olympus. Just 2 of them alive and kicking up against the 3 from Onic, and the 3rd player joins the fray as well. Hoon God, Jump God backing away like shooting fish in a barrel. A couple of grenades could do the job, and that's exactly what happens. And a good back away behind the table to block all of that damage, and PE Sports joins the fray as well.
It's getting really messy here with Triple H caught in between Onic as well. They're even calling monster trucks down for extra bits of cover, so they don't have to. Riptide Rhythm is already out. What a launch! What a shot there! Coming up from BRU side. Make sure that this right side of the building is unsafe, forcing PE to get out of there. But it looks like the rest of Attack All Around are going to get cleaned up here. Let's see whether it's going to be a full clear though, or maybe they've got a member still alive. PE finally winning out in this, forcing it down to 3 squads. Oh, Attack All Around, they're still there. Still holding out.
Yeah, smooth recovery for PE Sports, even though their defense has got happy watching all of this chaos break down in front of them. And if they're lucky, they get to, kind of pick off some of the points off of the other team's hard work.
Yeah, I think that BRU are in great position, right? If anybody hops out of the windows, they're basically dead. If they start walking through the front door, they're basically dead as well. I mean, they eventually have to make it out of this building somehow, right? And I think that BRU are willing to sift through the dirt just to get these extra points.
What is Cypher doing? Oh my goodness, the circle. He's just cornered him in a tight little spot. Now Cypher is in a lot of trouble because he's going to have to tank some heavy damage as he tries to reposition. Heavy right on top of them, so AG can't really run around like crazy gooses just yet, but they've got a super nice window right in front of them to stay alive. So in the grand scheme of things, this is a fantastic spot to be hiding off at, unless of course a grenade finds that window.
Yeah, I mean, oh, a big grenade onto BRU's side. They're just using this to melt each other's resources, right? Whoever has less medkits, whoever has less bullets. At the very least, they're trading it off for grenades, an easy throwable. No way. No way they're trying to push in.
Yeah, they are going in. The trip mine takes the 1 player down first, and PE Sports. Can they find yet another one for themselves? AG Global not waiting around to find out if they can. What a grenade by Jonah, but the time turner will keep PE Sports still standing. They respond with the glue wall melters all going wide. Jonah still keeping an eye on them, but here comes AG Global to interfere as well. Stop moving towards PE Sports, but backs away as he should as PE tosses those grenades towards Buriram. Riptide Rhythm falling short. That's not going to be removing any of those glue walls. Second Riptide Rhythm from Moshi. Now he has got none other to shoot out. PE Sports has that opening towards Moshi. Moshi shuts down one player. Jonah follows up by taking that point away from AG Global. And PE Sports hanging on for their dear lives, but up against your two-time world champs, it proves to be a tough fight. Moshi with a backstab. Wasana nails down Nero. Now one final survivor, LBT, behind the glue wall. Moshi hops in with him. It will require a miracle, and a miracle is just not possible for Vietnam as Buriram resurfaces. And this is their second booyah of their run thus far.
Such a steady performance from BRU, right? They minimized their interactions. They realized that they were off the radar. Nobody was taking too many fights with them. They kept out of some tight, awkward situations. They played according to how the ring was telling.
Esports Buriram, they did not have a super massive game. 25 points out of Buriram is as if they just woke up from sleep. I want to see this. I actually want to see them go back to sleep. I think it was you that actually said this. I want them.
Their indication of their mindset coming into this game, right? Consistent points all the time. You don't need to get that many elimination points. And at the very least, I mean, a lot of these teams who want it even more, like PE Sports, for an example, with the number of grenades that they threw out just to try and clear some space, they want this bad.
But of course, I'm an Asian parent, right? They're doing decently between Indonesia and a good Tatsuya burst, but a backstab by Kyong, and the Trogon still does not get the knock just yet. Gade comes through for that backup. Kyong says, please get out of here. Bara shows up out of nowhere, and Koja drops to him with the grenade launcher. Dick's the only one down on the ground, but Evos Divine can hold no candle up against BTR Delta, the players who are still rampaging on this map. In the meantime, Buriram meeting up against Heavy as well. Once again, another sacrificial lamb left by Heavy so that the rest of the team can get away.
Oh man, the wipes are starting to happen here. It's getting really dangerous. Oh boy, I mean, talk about timing, right? Now we're going to see that. I mean, we've been keeping an eye on Vamos for a while now, and we did see the graphic earlier that BRU catching up in terms of the elimination score, currently at 4. Oh, they want it.
Oh, what? They are just laying out those portal goals. Two players in. Jonah moving on in for the shutdown alongside Get High, and they are holding back nothing at all. Kathizi with a quick purchase back onto Jun. That's going to be their insurance policy. Backs away. The first player to get dropped was Kathizi, and now he tries to run away. Hail touch between his legs, but could not even get to the portal goal. And Jun is going to be that one final survivor, all thanks to Kathizi. That purchase back keeps the Malaysians alive, but Buriram, what an ambush.
Yeah, Buriram chasing them down, running them down, as a matter of fact, with a quick and swift ambush with the help of that portal, as if
in play here, so they can very quickly purchase a life back. Narrow gets brought back, and PE Sports ignores the whole situation as if nothing happened.
Now the rest of the Indo Stars fleet just trying his best, but that's going to be a full elimination here. Bowing out in the 10th position. So we're heading into this next ring. We see that BRU and Twisted Minds in full engagement.
Twisted Minds, can you survive this one? Get High down on the ground. A huge advantage for Twisted Minds, but Wasana out in the open. Saming has got no angles to work around with. No Riptide Rhythm breaking down the glue walls of Buriram as well. 10 eliminations in hand. Still finds the combination and connection with the Bison onto X-Posy. Wasana absorbing some of the damage from the blue as well as Twisted Minds circles around from outside the zone. Just knocking down player after player with the marksman. Dew gets a double onto onto WAG from outside the circle as well. But with Jonah bleeding out, this looks rough for Buriram.
How long can they actually hold out here? Buriram's trying. Twisted Minds go for the all-in as they jump down from their position and quickly clears out. Trying to reversal as well, just keep them a little shielded. Wasana's trying. He's got the mechanics to do so. If he buys just a little bit more time, maybe somebody is going to help them. In this case, it could be attack all around or even Vamos as they hold out. Let him die out in the blue as they've got bigger things to worry about as WAG themselves holding out strong still.
Yeah, WAG is just absolutely cooking right now, but now fresh out of a fight, BTR Delta trying to take advantage of them, hopping on in with those ice grenades. X-Force going to get sprayed from the back, but Eagle still does not have a knock just yet. Ice grenades all around. Koja has got the grenade launcher as well. Cyrus backing away, needs to pick up X-Ball. Koja says, hell no, that's not going to happen. Allen goes down. BTR Delta, the biggest winners of this engagement thus far, as they ambush WAG at the right time, and at the same time, Buriram goes down as well. Twisted Mind still alive. That ambush that they counted Buriram on earlier on was a brilliant play that put them in a rough spot. WAG out, all thanks to BTR. This is a crazy match. All the teams that desperately needed points are grabbing them.
Yep, and you can see that they are looking for any means necessary to do that. They're playing hyper-aggressive here, and Twisted Mind's finally recovering and also coming out somewhat fully looted. At the very least, their armor and helmets are looking real nice. Maybe the weaponry could be slightly better, but when you're so close quarters here, and especially when you're getting blasted by this many glue wall melters, somebody is bound to do something.
BTR Delta's looking to make sure they maintain the performance as the #1 squad on Alpine as far as groups A and C is concerned. And now, like shooting fish in a barrel, they can toss in a couple of grenades and then follow up with all of those shotguns. Ice grenades are going to be laid out first. Twisted Minds exiting the compound, but PE Sports right behind them to make this a little bit more crazy, a little bit more difficult. Cluster will be tossed on in. Heavy taken out of the equation, and it is BTR once again making everybody else a victim.
Oh, they're gonna try and break into the compound here, slowly edging their way in, especially with a launcher. Riptide has already popped as they jump head on. Darn Bristle right in front of the door to have a little bit of cover to play from, but it's still not good enough. Koja is winning out these fights. That Mini Uzi is doing so much work, and even with the Trogon as well, they find two, maybe even the third here, as they clean this up pretty easily, only getting a single knockdown onto Koja's side. Twisted Minds, they're gonna be going out here as PE gonna give up this position. There are still two members from Vamos, and as well as Attack all around, who are just ratting it out.
Nameless almost pulled a crazy one with the Horizon line, but of course overwhelmed by the numbers out of BTR Delta. 20 eliminations stronger. Indonesians looking to absolutely wreck. Folky and Jun just watching from up top. There's nothing that they can do. BTR Delta has guaranteed a booyah for themselves. Folky getting sprayed out. Attack all around's out. Jun now from Vamos. At the very least, he can claim some placement points for the Malaysian squad. BTR Delta, a dominating run. The last time they played Alpine, they only walked away with 20 points. Now, just through eliminations alone, they have outdone their performance, and a booyah awaits them. Their first booyah at a map that they dominated the previous time.
What a beast of a performance coming out from BTR Delta. They knew that the early game, they're not going to expect too many people, especially with the way that they landed as well. And now Jun falling to his inevitable death. He gets shot out of the air before he touches the ground.
Unfortunate for Vamos, but as far as BTR Delta is concerned, they had the script written from the very start of the match. They knew exactly what they needed to do, and they were not pulling.
It's going to be a little rougher, right? As much as I don't like Alpine, I think God has left Kalahari, and I think that BTR, if they continue their performance and to show why that they are the shining light of Indonesia despite this godless map, I think that they can really prove themselves to be a dominant force in the tournament.
The distance between BTR and Buriram, who are in that second spot, the distance between the eliminations, BTR Delta really set themselves apart from the competition using this match. And of course, that's their very first booyah of the competition as well. Slope, he was Divine and Onic Olympus, so the Indonesian brothers.
Do they not see Ray? Oh, they do see Ray. They do see him.
Trying to the best of each other here. The Trogon is finding a couple of connections, and Zairu. Ray did not see that one coming in a 1v2, and he was Divine slowly backing away. But Onyx says, no, sir, you have started this. You gotta end it. Apex being ambushed, two sides, same time. Jack with the grappling hook right up on top, has got the Bison. Riptide Rhythm breaks down the defense, and PE off screen eliminated as well. And he was Divine not finding the better end of this stick as Gary gets revived for the side of Onic. Full squad. Onic Olympus, on the other hand, have had 2 casualties. And finally, Heavy won some. Runs out BTR. Or do you show that you're not just here to play, but you are here to wreck even the 2-time world champs? Get High does find Kyong down on the ground, bleeding out already. Takes the final survivor. Can he hit that revival? Has got no coins on himself whatsoever. Jonah says, get out of here, BTR. Buriram is back to play. A great start for Bigatron, but Buriram ends their run.
Yep, and here the Indo Stars.
Because Divine looked like they're solid, but only one survivor left there as well. Buriram on a hunting spree. Onic Olympus, Zairu spotted out already. One grenade just to crack the glue wall a tad bit. Out the window he goes. Jonah trying to cut off his rotation. Finds nothing. One beautiful grenade, and it is Moshi's AWM that finds the final bullet in. Down the AG player right behind them. They do stand a better chance because that interference at the wrong timing could just put them in a lot of trouble. AG out as I speak of it. Diamond makes sure he gets the job done. Export down on the ground. A straight up fight against WAG. And Indostars just overwhelming them. This chaos is just going to the way of Indostars. And it looks way too easy for them. 12 eliminations strong. Raz needs to get picked up. But that's not going to be too much of a problem. But Heavy arrives to drop on the party.
Great call, but it's not over yet. Heavy might actually decide to take this portal, and if they do, they have to deal with the rest of the Indostars who have already set up a triangulated feed. Yup, they've already found one, and they want to continue a little bit more.
Buriram spotting out all of this crazy chaos, wanting to have a piece of it as well. Now Twisted Minds has got the fight approaching their own house. Lean down on the ground. No elimination just yet. They need to get a good follow-up here. 18-Dia barricades himself in, which means he can't help out the rest of his team members. All Twisted alone. Minds. This is the 1v3 specialist, the clutch god for the side of Indostars. Can he get something done? Twisted Minds trying to say the answer is no as they eliminate Indostars. Jonah from afar. Grenade falls short. Both the Riptide Rhythm will take down nothing as well. The glue wall gets taken down, but nobody's home. Kathizi's gonna get caught out inside the containers, but thankfully for him, there's no opening from the back. Twisted Minds runs right past him as they get pursued by Buriram.
Oh, they don't even want to play on the opposite side of it, right? They're just heading straight towards the southern side, hoping that some of these stragglers might be able to give them an opportunity back against BRU, who have already taken so much space while still holding their back lines.
Buriram, their #1 team on Kalahari thus far. They've already got one booyah to their name on this map, and they want one more. Twisted Minds desperately needs one for themselves. Twisted can shut down Vamos. Indostars in the hands of Buriram, and as I say that, Buriram gets the job done courtesy of Jonah and his Drogon. Vamos and the survivor. It looks like that container is the perfect hiding spot for Kathizi. Exposi looking for him.
Oh, no.
Finds nothing. Bison is there. Kathizi tagged up. Runs away, gives an easy one towards Buriram, and all of the ice grenades laid out. Moshi up top, but what can he do with that elevation?
He's going to be looking down onto the members of Twisted Minds. He just needs to speak out, but they're already so close together. They've taken one down. With the help of Nameless, Get High already fallen. BRU, they might need to clutch this. They need to trade because they're getting overwhelmed by the morning. Seeming again as well as Expoxy to be the next to fall here. They're gonna just stay alive as long as possible as Moshi is forced off of that high ground to get involved against Nameless on the opposite side. Wasana is gonna hop on over with the grappling hook. He is stuck in animation. He can't do anything as Moshi ends up dying to Nameless. And on the opposite side, we do see that Foxy and Diamond won out in their fight. Wasana the next to fall. And it looks like Twisted Minds have been able to close out this game unless this one remaining member from Vamos clutches it. That's a booyah achieved for the Twisted Minds.
Personal MVP out of Twisted Minds is definitely Nameless. He saw the threat that Moshi brought to the squad because Buriram's setup was just brilliant, sending Moshi up top but well hidden, not making a single sound, and the rest of Buriram ran towards the center of the circle, baiting out Twisted Minds to come out fourth, and that was just giving open shots for Moshi.
Don't do well in the upcoming next Terra, but I think for the time being, right, Twisted Minds in this current position, the past couple of maps they've been having some pretty terrible starts, especially map number 2, where they really were just trying to recover until they found a place that they can hunker down and truly regroup. And I think it really just boils down to how their early game plays out. So very minute decisions need to be made for them overall, but for the rest of the squads, as we look at the overall standings, catching up pretty handedly to the rest of Group B.
Absolutely, and of course Buriram slowly but surely, very quietly climbing the leaderboard, now just 4 points behind RRQ, for sure to overtake them by the end of the day. And you know what? I told you,
Yeah, let's see those conversions. We need to see them actually get a booyah first. I think that's what. Wait, hold on. Twisted Minds and as well as BTR Delta in a completely separate fight, playing left and right. They've already traded 1-for-1 at this point in time. They still have 2 members left from the side of Twisted Minds. The rest of BTR looks like they're also on 2 members as well. The buys are going to come through, but only 1 person. CQC is going to get close. They swing around the corner to drop the glue walls, but he's got to worry about that right. Even the top side being watched by the other mind, allowing this 1v1 to happen. He believes that Singming will win this, and he comes on with the help of Diamond to clear that, just so that they can sneak through and maybe find a way out.
At this point of time, 3 players are fighting for the Friend of the Week title. It's Saming from Twisted Minds, Wasana from Buriram, and Yu from AG Global. So these last 2 games is really going to pretty much determine that. And Onic Olympus making sure Saming doesn't pull too much. So we'll see if they can keep this one up as Onic Olympus needs to squeeze in. But before they squeeze in, they shut down WAG first. Great shot with that XM8. And now next victim on the Mamos. But Artemis is not going to get a lot of connections with that LMG from a distance like this. So he'll just need to buy this time a little bit more.
Well, let's see how much time they're going to buy, right? Because I can understand from BRU's perspective, we might as well try and clear our backs during our downtime of hiding behind this cover. With all the one-punch man skins so far, we're waiting for that right serious punch to clean up the rest of these teams on their side of the map, because it doesn't look like, wait, hold on, PE. I mean, yes, they are in the middle of a fight with AG. They don't have to complete this, but on the other side of the map, BRU is getting attacked by literally everybody as Evos Divine has decided to push in towards Heavy's position to force them to fight.
Oh, this is just an absolute reckoning. Jonah, now the captain, hoping and praying he does not get spotted out, hiding between the tires of the monster truck. Whereas Onic Olympus just continuously smashes all the teams that they are coming across out there on the battlefield. A great run for Onic this time round. Of course, they desperately need those points. Currently sitting down at the very bottom of the leaderboard in terms of performance between these 2 groups. So finally, some time for them to wake up as Vamos is eliminated. Onic continues to pick up those points. Heavy with his high ground advantage will eventually need to move as this circle will start closing in on them.
Yep, and Jonah all by himself with the rest of Onic underneath. Wait, the TP from Caramel? Saifa as well? They were fighting for the underside.
Caramel. Let's see if Amabara can recover from this. AG says, hell no, no recovery from you. Instantly puts him out. And Kabi, although he's the greatest glue wall breaker out there on the battlefield, Buriram could not force him to break more as the final player falls as well. Onic Olympus, slow and steady rotation, looking for Heavy. Grenades being cooked up as well. Gary delivers one in, and the cluster finds no connection. Can the second one get a little bit better? Answer is no. Heavy backs away, so the blue wall melter finds no one as well. Oh! Here comes the monster truck, and Gary knocked down by the circle. All thanks to Apex and his crazy play, but the monster truck on fire now outside the circle. And Tatsuya's Rebel Rush helps him survive for a little bit before Hans puts an end to that. Onic, 19 eliminations strong, looking to absolutely crush the competition.
Oh my goodness, he has literally griefed everybody on this map. That costed them a lot of glue walls, and now we can see that the ring is getting smaller and smaller with barely any cover to play. You need to have this high ground, but at the same time, does it matter if you don't have glue walls at the same time too?
Onic Olympus, if they can pull off a booyah here, it will be a phenomenal one. Thus far, throughout the whole day, past 4 games, they've only picked up a total of 27 points. This game alone can exceed the 27 picked up. Kibase, though, bleeding out on the battlefield. Jack with a fantastic knock. M10-14 for the win. Onic Olympus, 2 more players up, but up against Heavy. Hans is there. He's trying to patch himself right back up. Time Turn is going to be pulled out as well so that Onic Olympus can find some recovery. Glue Wall's going to be keeping Heavy back. Zyru with a hop up. What a shutdown with the Drogon. Kabi trades him out. Jack still standing. 24 eliminations. And Onic Olympus says, we are here to back the big one. What a booyah.
Woo! We knew it was between the 2. It was either going to be Heavy or it was going to be Onic. They both had great positions. They both had to play around each other and just waited out to the very end. But Onic Olympus just clutch up just harder when it came.
4 teams towards the top of the leaderboard, right? But we'll catch up with the overall leaderboard in a bit. Let's take a look at this phenomenal success of Onic Olympus. Once again, this is the highest record set by any teams as far as total points or eliminations is concerned. This is in FFWSC Fall 2024, and Onic Olympus to be the first team to reach that after struggling for so long is truly an amazing feat.
Yep, just goes to show it's anybody's game here at the FFWS.
Is for sure if they can pull this off. And, you know, the damage that they're bringing out on today is a version of Heavy that we don't get to see often. So the consistency is definitely going to be one of their bigger challenges.
Yeah, but I'm looking at that, like, where's the biggest points? And he's brought in a friend with him. It looks like they have no choice but to all in engage.
Okay, this is the problem. Nero's going to get caught out here, but LBT's there for the backup. The rest of the players on the side of EVOS Divine just clamping in on them. PE Sports, the two players that we saw in the vehicle, a little too far away, and slowly but surely they are making the rotation. Ray has been traded back with the FGL, and LBT follows up. Grenade down on the ground. Apex shut down as well. Barra, the final survivor, 1002 in hand, goes in for the quick purchase, and he manages to bring Ray back in here before he continues the shots towards PE Sports. Great recovery, courtesy of Bara.
Okay. Bara still, oh man, just as I mentioned it, goes down. And the rest of Onic Olympus still chilling, but it looks like Heavy.
Oh my.
They've shown presence here. Oh, he knows. He knows. Can we land this shot? He sees it. Now they're just going to start blasting because they saw the whole thing go down. They saw Indostars in the middle of a fight. They didn't eventually see Onic for all the sound that they were making, and now they're looking to maybe punish.
And Indostars executed attack all around and Heavy, doing the dirty, taking them out of the equation. Caramel shoots him out like shooting duck. Beautiful stuff, but that also leads Twisted Minds directly to AG Global. They need to disengage right now if they want to climb up the leaderboard. One team dropping here is going to be absolutely salty for the other. Saming, fantastic shot. Stop, dead in his tracks. And who's this? Heavy eliminated finally as they were continuously hunted by multiple squads.
Yeah, and I mean, Twisted Minds, they're happy with this. They found a couple of members of Heavy. They found a majority of AG just getting wiped there. With only one member left, he coming in from the back as well. 4 teams so tightly connected. No, 5. And then 1 member from Vamos. Let's make it 6, right?
Yeah, I mean, super salute to Caramel, though. He just ninja'd behind the players of Twisted Minds. Did not get detected, did not get eliminated. Vamos instead bowing out. I mean, that's a super play.
Wow. Look at the bombardment of nades to slow them down. They don't want them to be coming out from this side of the house. This is great use of their utility. However, if they use too much of it, they're going to be caught out in the open. And it looks like BRU on the opposite side has the exact same idea. Yeah,
Onic needs to move. They don't have a defensive spot. They were trying to flush out WAG, but all those ice grenades were just tickling them. And Jump God finds Get High. Buriram getting into the thick of the action, but just way too many opponents to deal with. Twisted Minds joining the fray as well. Wasana gets sprayed down. Jump God looking for one, and he finds a strong one. Saming down on the ground. No more sniper for Twisted Minds.
And now they're mirroring the positions, right? Twisted Minds have to deal with attack all around, while Onic Olympus still in current contact with everybody who's built this infestation of glue walls, like bugs that crawl over each other, looting corpses as they go, looking for bigger opportunities, as we've already seen that attack all around has been eliminating members from the side of Twisted Minds. And again, nobody has found a clean trade just yet. And WAG, they stand out in the open confidently, saying, hey, who wants a piece of us? Everybody has people stuck in their mix with attack all around, cleaning their side of the map. Now they're expanding their range of territory, and this monster truck, how many people are going to get griefed by it? Oh, Jet's head is gone.
Attack all around started off the day with a booyah, and they're looking to end the day strong as well with yet another one collected on their side. He base finds the connections through the woodpecker, but nothing enough to knock down the player just yet. Zairu, beautiful Trogon play. WAG, one more player lost on their side. He base down as well. Attack all around, bagging those players. Onic finally drops the final player as well. And what a super booyah for AAA. 20 eliminations strong and the 12 for placements.
A huge game from attack all around. The bombardments from these nades saved it right to the very...
Much was expected from them, but yet they went ahead to set many records. One of the first teams, if not the first team, to reach 3 booyahs in the competition, and finally equalized by Twisted Minds. But let's take a look at the tally here as well, right? 31 points for attack all around. Today, whoever who's picked up the booyah has had a pretty decent distance reading themselves as well as the second spot.
Yeah, I totally agree with you there. And not only that, like, first and second is one thing when it comes down to the game per game, but it really starts to add up when you look at the overall standings. 9th spot.
I guess I have my question answered then. Buriram will have their elimination count caught up by Twisted Minds. 3 teams right at the top. I've gotten my prediction on point, but the arrangement is slightly off. Buriram actually ending up in the number 1 spot. Twisted Minds right behind them. 4 points difference. AG Global 3 points.